Well, here's my inside my 1989. I don't know if I ever showed this much, but this is what's inside my 1989 MTH. I had this baby for since 2011, I think. Yep, right there, 2011. About 159 bucks is what I paid for it. And you can't really find that anymore. So, that is how long I have had my 1989. Which is, let's see, 2022 minus 2011. About 11 years. Dang. The first thing went out, this was DCC Reading. The first thing that went out was the board. And then my brother, he helped me out. He took out the board. Don't mind that's just like almost like undercoating. It's pour 15. I think that's how you say it. But anyway, I had to work on my Suburban, that's why my hands are like that. So anyway, got a little square bodies. 2, okay, now back up. Sidetracked here. So he just made it for plain DCC, or DC I mean. And then I forget how long ago it was. I think it had this original motor. We put NCE decoder in it. Then the motor fried, which I'm gonna say this: MT8s, they suck. Once you buy their engine, that's it. You can't buy no parts. You hardly can find any motors for your engines. You have to buy a whole new engine. Me? No. That don't fly with me. So, my brother, he put an Atlas, or I think it's an Atlas generation. I can't think we call it. Atherin Genesis Blue Box, I think it was, into it. I just upgraded to a new Atherin, or Atlas, Atlas. I'll show you guys the number here in a second. For the new motor I got to just do a little bit of trimming on this one side, but I think now it's all pretty good. But one flywheel's off a little bit because I could have bought the one that had the flywheels in it, but I don't really know if it'll work or not because my shell is kind of small. And in there, it looks like a little bit of rubbing. But the one wire here, where is it? That popped off, which is right here. I think I have it. Yeah. So now I have to go in there and I gotta clean all that solder off. Well, how I'm gonna do that is heat it up real quickly, pop the wire off, heat it up, take the napkin or paper towel, and swipe it off because my this light comes on, and I think I accidentally, when the light broke, I think that like as you can see, it still works. It still works. This board still works, but I want to clean that off because I think it's touching something right there, and I just want to make sure that is cleaned off because over here it looks like it's okay. Yeah. But that was the only thing I did, and that's the disc light that comes on and stays on. I want to know why. I didn't do that before until that wire, so I'm gonna see. Maybe it just needs cleaned. I'm hoping, praying, because I don't want to ruin this board. That would suck, because then I have to send it to Local Sound and get it fixed. That's using that fun. But anyway, I'm gonna get to it, get this thing fixed, and we'll catch back up in a second. But anyway, like I was saying, so the DCC board burned up in it, then the motor, and that's it. So how we did the dry shaft, this is all custom. I call this my dry shaft covers. So you know those little Hawaiian punch drinks, I think they call it, or IC, I think. They're like little silver packets, and you get the yellow straws. Well, exactly what these are, yellow straws. And all my brother did is put them over the dry shaft part and heat it up and made a dry shaft work in it. And did the same thing for the front, and it works great. It's been working great ever since. Okay, so here's what I'm using for the motor for my MTH Rio Grande 1989. Motors in it. It's kind of speed matched to the rest. It runs great with them, so I had to redo these two. Somehow they lost a one. Was this one I think was faster? Yeah, this one was faster, or this one was faster. I can't remember exactly what one. Now I got these two GEs running good. Now I got my SD70 ACE running with them. So now I got that fixed. That's done. I got these little Honda E cars done. Wheels are on. They look good. Ho Scale. I had to redesign the rims and everything for the car, so video coming on that. And yeah, now I got a little Honda S2000 for N Scale. I gotta get the plastic hard, that way I can get the supports in there, make the wing more efficient. But the wheels ain't really that, so I'm gonna have to go in and tinker, get this and edit it out of there into it. So that's gonna be fun. Right now I'm printing out some tractors. That will be done in about 3 hours, 14 minutes. So far, 27 minutes into it already. And then I got a Honda Civic I'm going to do. So right now I'm printing out some rims for Ho Scale. I got 30 minutes to go, and I'm an hour and 23 minutes into it, which is pretty sweet. I love this machine. Now I have the right kind of settings with Anycubic. I think that's how you say the name, or Anycube. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it says right here what the settings will be. Well, a good guy on Facebook, and the N Scale modeler, I think, or something like that. This guy, he helped me out. He helped me with the settings to do, and oh my god, it is awesome. And today I'm using the new settings, and so far it's awesome. So this is what I printed out last night for a buddy of mine in my railroad club as well. Another buddy of mine, I should say. And his son drives a Honda, I'm gonna call it the Honda E, because I can't really think of the name of it. I'm not even gonna try. But anyway, his son drives one. He wanted to see if I can do it. Well, I can, but not made for resin. So some files, well, I'm gonna tell you how to do it. You can still print these out in resin, but the rims that's what the rims look like, no wheels around it. Because I don't know why the guy did not do the wheels correctly to the car, I guess. So when you're in the Creality, or Kira, I think is what they call it for the program, you can see the whole entire car, the wheels and all. When you're in resin, the wheels are black, or the tires are black, and I'm like, usually it has to be all blue. Don't mind the black on my hands, that's just from my Suburban still. And so I was trying on a hunt, and I came across a Honda Civic that had these wheels on it. Well, I got the wheels by himself, and I took them on tinker. I had to go for their program and edit them all up, and I pretty much cut the back of it out like that. Can't really see it. Dang it. Like that, and then I put a cylinder in the middle to make it that effect. You can see better now. All I did is remove the sports, and I made 8 sets of them, or 4 sets. I mean, so there's 4 tires in a set, as you see here. So I redesigned the guy's file to make it look cooler, and also to have it all open like he has it, like a real car rim. And this is my test subject, and I'm going to show you guys what the rims will look like on this car. It looks magnificent. Now, how much cooler does that car look now? It looks awesome. And I'll show you the settings that I have with this resin, and it works amazing. So that way, if anybody gets a RS2 Pro or whatever they're using, and they bought this water-based resin, and oh my god, what a big difference this water resin is. Much easier to clean up, no hassle, no odor from the alcohol smell. I got a little bit of Dawn dish soap in this, and just water. I don't have much Dawn dish soap. I probably maybe like 4 squirts, like 4 little drops, sort all around, and that's it. That's all I did. And now it cleans better. It does a more fantastic job. Now let's get to the settings. This is the program I use, Box, or I think that's how you say it, something like that. And then the settings is over here. This is what I'm using. This is exactly what mine is, the RS2 Pro. And then I click resin is all set up. Advanced settings is how it is. I never mess with anything else besides the print. The layer height is exactly stock, like default to like a regular one, 8. But he told me what to do, and exactly what I did. I went from a 15 to 20 seconds down to 3 seconds, I guess, for exposure time. And then instead of being this at being 80,000, I dropped, he said to put it at 35, so that's what I did. And then over here, I think I got the right settings. The lifting distance is at a 6, and the bottom lift distance is at a 7. I was like, man, I hope I got this right, and this is not supposed to be a 6, and that ain't supposed to be a 7. I don't know. I just kind of like, okay, I just do that, because he didn't really say what it was, and that's exactly what I got. This is all sped up a little bit better, and everything works great, and I loved it. And I'm now using the settings, and then I'm going to print out a Honda Civic. I gotta find me a BMW that looks like this. That'd be sick. Of course, I'm thinking of 90s terms and stuff like that. You know, like, man, that looks cool. Yeah, it's like never a word for cool. But so far on this thumb drive, I have some more tractors for Ho Scale that I'm going to do, and I would do how they look compared to like my brother's tractors here. That came out really good. I messed up on one, accidentally broke the axle a little bit, but he fixed it with some super glue. But the tractors came out really good. I like the details, and if I can actually get it. Bam! You can almost see the International Farm Mall. And, oh, that was Mrs. Axel. So I'm going to put that one back. Yeah, let's see. Somewhere in there, it's got the IH logo too, but I don't see it on there. The clear resin, no, that's a whole different story, because clear obviously it looks like crap. And that was with the algo resin with its settings. And I'm sorry, it came out looking like crap, because that's all plastic right there now. But you can see the detail a little bit better on the resin on this. It says Farm Mall International. Well, I got some redesigning to do with this car here. This is a Honda S2000. You can kind of see that the prints did not take because the wheels ain't connected to anything, which is kind of weird. I love the car, but needs some work done to it. But no big deal, easy kind of fix. And here's the Farmall tractors now. A lot better. And good lord, they came out good. Especially now you can actually see the Farmall on it, which is pretty sweet. So all nicely done. All been washed up, cleaned up, and I'm gonna let it dry. And then tomorrow I will actually be later today because it's 12. No, it's 1:09 I think. I wish it was 12:09. But they came out really good. And I redesigned the support system in the front because it will have, what's that? Oh, right here. I can use this. It will have supports up on the axle, and then when you try to snip the supports off the axle part, you can miss, and you can actually hit the axle itself. Me and my brothers both done that to both sides. It ain't fun. Then here it has 1, 2. This goes to the oil pan. These go to the tie rod or steering linkage. Then over here, this goes to the axle, which is pretty nice. Oh wait, this goes to the axle right here. And then behind it, there's 2 more that go to, like I think the steering box, and then oil pan. See if I can actually get to some good detail. Man, that is super sharp. So these took about 3 hours, or roughly around 3 hours. The wheels came out a lot better. You can see the tri ribs a lot better. Minus the top for this money. But this is not my longest print by far. I think before my machine said, oh, it's going to take 7 hours to print these out on the computer, then 6 hours. Now with my new settings that I'm using now, which is thank you to the guy on Facebook for helping me out on that, these printed out roughly around 3 hours. This is with washable resin, the resin I had bought. Now I am making something for my N Scale layout. This is for HL right here. This is N Scale car that is, I can also make it for HL as well, but I have this and a Honda hatchback, which is what I always call them. They both need the wheels worked on. I think they're from the same guy, but you can see there's really nothing to the rim. Just like that. Which I love these rims. But I thought about looking for a Mazda RX-7 too as well. But we'll see. Now I'm printing out something that might take, I don't know, 7 hours maybe. Let's find out. Are you kidding me? This thing says it's going to take 8 hours on my computer. This will be done around 3 or 4 o'clock, about 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll be still kind of sleeping, but oh well. Hopefully it doesn't hurt nothing. I don't think it will, because no sunlight. And I'm going to put my board up just in case the sunlight does bother it. Wow. 3 hours and 38 minutes. Not bad. Better than 8 hours. Oh, you can see what I'm building. Oh well. Stay tuned.